Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD. This is episode 18. In episode 17 we accomplished quite a bit, both on and off camera. Off camera I have apparently fixed the sound issue. As far as I can tell, the balance sounds pretty good. If you're still having any trouble hearing me, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll see what I can do. But when I played this back just as a test earlier, it seemed pretty well balanced to me. I could hear myself very, very clearly, whereas in some of the earlier ones I had listened to, it was a bit of a strain. So I think that is now considered solved. In terms of in-game, we've gone ahead and gotten a couple more missions done. We've gotten this one set up here, so we are ready to get started once again. I think actually this mission we just hooked up here, this test worth one, even though it's at a low percentage, may very well still be the first one done, just because it's hauling so many at a time. About 300 passengers at a tick means this will only take 7 trips, so, and it's already done once, so 6 more trips and it should be fine. Oh, hang on. Now, I remember I've gotten a message like that before, and that meant, yes, the oil rig, or excuse me, oil well has gone dry. So what we'll do then is we will say not to full load. We will let this train run, and when it arrives, we'll send it to the depot and sell it off, because there's, of course, the reliability is probably 0. So we'll actually tell it to go ahead and do a quick maintenance on the way, just so it can at least finish the trip. Maintenance, oh, that's not very helpful. Maintenance is way, way down at the end when it's very nearly there anyway, but still, we'll do what we can. I can't believe I'd never noticed that resources run out. I guess that's because normally when I'm just playing on my own, I tend to do mostly mail and passenger traffic, and those don't run out, so I don't do too much of the actual goods missions. I tend to ignore them, because I much prefer the passenger and mail missions, simply because they're profitable both ways, whereas any type of goods mission tends to be, you know, very profitable on one side and completely worthless on the other, so that's probably why I've never noticed. Come on, train, you're almost there. We'll get you fixed up, and then we'll get you sold off. So, there we go. Now, there, your reliability will be fine, so you'll have no trouble getting that last little bit of oil in. We don't have a mission there anymore, so not too worried about that in terms of that, but we might as well at least make the last bit of money off this train. No reason not to. Yeah, there we go. And now we can send it to the depot to sell it off. Theoretically, I could... Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh, that is really not good. We had a plane crash. That is not good, I guess. Oh, that's right. This is one where I had way too many planes. Still, that's really, really not good. Really not good. What I'm going to do is try to... I'm going to compress some of these. So, we'll only have 10 of them instead of 15, because 15 is far too many. Especially, actually what I'll do is I'll just send the ones that are still the little darts. I'll just get rid of a couple of those, because these Darwins should have no trouble picking them off, so. You're just a little dart, you're just a little dart, you're a little dart, you're a little dart. A couple more, and that should probably be enough. Yeah, we'll do one more. Okay. So give all them time to complete, and then I'll just go into the depots and clear them off. Okay. That is definitely not good. the one solace I will take from that is at least that's not something I did directly, unlike that train issue from a few episodes ago, but it still is absolutely terrible. So, oh, I forgot I should not have closed that window. If I sort by profit, it should be fairly low. This one? Yes, Brodense. Okay. Oh, so I did remember to say go to depot. I just haven't actually gotten into the depot to sell it. Perfect. Okay. Oh, there we go. I just can use to do that. Get rid of it all at once. Okay, so that's the oil one done. And then we're going to have some planes. Also just sitting in their hangars, waiting for me to sell them off. Okay. Okay. That's the little Preston. I'm not sure. Well, that's not all of them anyway. There's still several more coming. And some of them may have gone to Dunstock, so I'll have to go and check Dunstock as well. Just depending on where they were on their route when I clicked on them. Oh, well, that'll work perfectly. Because this one is there. Okay. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and start selling these off as they come in. And I'll give that a bit to see if there's any more coming in. Definitely not so good. That's one pop-up you don't ever want to see, is that fireball pop-up. Iron ore trucks. Let's go ahead and set up the replacements for those. Iron. Oh, I may not actually even be using iron ore trucks. I think all the iron I always use trains for, so we don't have to worry about that. If we ever do build an iron ore by road vehicle, then we'll just automatically grab the newest one anyway, because that'll be the one I'll buy at the time, so no problem there. It's good that in those lists it only shows you the ones that you're actually using. You don't have to set up ones for ones you don't even have. Otherwise you do, because if you're like me and you forget very easily what you have going, then you'd end up sitting there setting them all up for every single different type of vehicle, and half of them are not even relevant. So, and I can't remember how many of these I pulled off, so I don't know if that's all of them or not. Nope, clearly not. So we'll keep giving that a bit more time. Just to see if there's any more, but I'm thinking that's all of them. It certainly looks that way anyway. Yeah, that certainly seemed like it. Well, if there are any more, they'll pop up, but I'm pretty sure that's all of them. So with a lot less planes, there will be a bit less congestion, and therefore we are much less likely to experience another crash there. It's always possible. It can happen at any time. Even a route that only has a single plane theoretically could have a crash. It's just very, very low probability. Looks like this iron ore train is going to be finishing very soon. So we'll go ahead and watch that. Oh, that one it had just done was its last trip, I guess. It just hadn't updated yet. Okay, well, we'll watch this train anyway until the new mission comes in. Oops. A new diesel railroad. Alright, let's go check. Let's see if that's worth replacing for. An SH-125. So right now I'm planning on replacing everything with the 47s. Let's see how the 145 compares. What I can do is just do it like that and see if it's worthwhile and close that. Because if this shows me that the floss itself is worth upgrading, then I can go back and change the rest. Okay, so slightly more expensive, that's normal. Heavier, that's fine. Faster, way more powerful. A bit more expensive. And it actually can, of its own volition, support some minor amount of goods. Um, doesn't look like it has much capacity on its own, but still, there's no reason not to have it because it would just be free extra space. But ultimately, I don't like the lower reliability, but I do like the much higher top speed and drastic increase in power. So yes, we will replace these when they get old, and with these we'll switch that to that. And again, that's all vehicles. In fact, we may not even have any. Oh, we don't even have any more of these, so we don't have to worry about that one. And these we will replace with these when they're old. Because the capacity here is far, far, far less than on this side, I'm not going to replace the Manly Morels with it. Although I guess I could, because I think I've added passenger cars to all of them anyway. But I'd still like to wait for another one where that's got a more significant uh, amount of space, because this is clearly very, very limited. Okay, so that's that. And while I was in there messing with that, our new mission come in. It's yet another iron ore mission, and it's yet another one that we already have. That is disappointing. But anyway. And it's a pretty large one too. They want a great deal, about 3 times as much ore as the last one, or this one here. So that will take quite a while. So what I could do, just so we're actually doing something, is to see if there's another iron ore location relatively nearby that we could hook up to speed this along. Not terribly nearby. There's one way down here, or one way up there. Both of them will be terrible to get to. But I am going to say that this one's probably a little bit closer. I'm just eyeballing it, but it looks like it's a little bit closer. It's got decent production, so. Alright, well let's go ahead and do that. We'll just use a normal rail. Plunk in our station somewhere. It's going to be a mess. So I probably will only want to do maybe a 2 or 3 train car. Or excuse me, a 2 or 3 car train. That makes more sense. Just because of all the hills. Although that new engine we have does sound... It does have a fair bit of power. And rather than going around, I'm actually, just for fun, I will actually create... Oh, no, I won't. I will actually go around. Apparently, there's a hill here right by that river. That's not necessarily good for us. So I guess I will go around it. I was planning on just building a little bridge over that so as not have to worry about it, but apparently that is not an option. Uh-oh. There it is. For a second there, I lost my railroad. I didn't know where it was. I hate it when I lose long, long tracks of rail. Anyway. Okay, so that's going to go to there. Now, I do not want to have an issue, so I'm going to just go ahead and come over here on an entirely separated rail. That way there's no chance of any issue whatsoever. Let's just inch over and plunk it down. Yeah, perfect, right there. Excellent. Now that one will not interfere, the 2 trains will not interfere with each other at all, and therefore there's no chance of crashes, no chance of delays, that sort of thing. And I'll just put the depot... No, that's a bit far. I'll put the depot in the middle. I was just going to put the depot on the side there, but I think I'll just plunk it over here somewhere. Let's say right there. That'll work. Okay. Close that, close that, close that, and close that. Alright, so we'll make a new vehicle. using... Oh, hang on a second. Was that an electric train? I thought it was a diesel. I thought that was a... apparently. Oh, right, because it can carry something. It doesn't show up in the none list. Normally I use none just because that will just show engines. It hides all the cars. But this one is capable of hauling things. So it will show up there and not in the none list. So, by all rights, it could, all by itself, haul iron ore for us. And it would haul, yeah, the grand sum of 4. That's really not going to be enough. So we're going to add, let's say, 3 more. That's better. Okay. Phew, for a second there I thought I'd completely lost my wick. Alright, so this is... a secondary iron ore. Iron to Dunham. And this is a... let's call it bonus. I could have called it supplementary or something, but let's call it bonus. It's basically just to speed this along, so... excellent. And we'll set the actual route, so maintenance depot. Yeah, this is a very, very long route. I'm actually going to tell it can take maintenance both ways if it wants, just because it is such a long trip. Maintenance is optional, maintenance is optional. I'm not going to set it to a full load. I don't think I need to. After it goes and activates, by the time it goes there and all the way back, it should have a full load waiting anyway, so I don't think it's really necessary. Plus it means the very first trip will go a little bit quicker, so... there we go. We'll go ahead and watch that get rolling here. That's fantastic. Just keeping an eye on the speed here. Yeah, these hills are brutal. It has a very good acceleration, so it recovers from them very well, but yeah, these hills are brutal. This is a rough, rough track. Excuse me, a very rough route. Lots and lots and lots of hills. Certainly not one I would have wanted to do with one of those earlier steam engines from the 50s. If I did that, I probably could only put 1 or 2 cars on it, because even this strong engine is struggling with 3. And I normally put 4 on a lot of vehicles. Anyway, so that's now gone ahead and activated. So yeah, again, by the time it gets all the way there, excuse me, and all the way back, that should be plenty. So let that go. Yeah, it slows down to about 30k, which is just dreadful. Dreadfully slow. But at least there's a lot of long straightaways on this side, so it gets the speed up nicely. Oh, that wasn't very nice. It's hard to imagine a brand new vehicle having only 50-odd% reliability when it's brand new on the market. Quality assurance. We've heard of it. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely going to be okay, because this is going to haul 94. There was more than that there, so... yeah, it's completely full. So we're just going to let that roll in, and then we're going to call that an episode. I'm not sure how I could even fix this. Like, there's just so much hills on the actual terrain. I mean, maybe I could invest in some tunnels or do some landscaping, but there's just so many of them, I'm not sure it's practical. But we are only in 1979. There's almost certainly stronger engines to come, so I guess for now we won't worry about it too much. There we go. This is dropping off, so this train should now become profitable. There we go. And that will drastically help accelerate that. So guys, with that, I'm going to call that an episode there. So I thank everyone for joining me today. I hope you've had a calm and relaxing time watching, just like I've had recording for you. And I hope to see you all again in a future video. Have a good day, everyone, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye now.